Not that anything's changed, but just a thought on the opportunity to, you obviously got a great goaltending performance last night, but recalibrating and getting a chance to significantly elevate your overall team game at home at Rogers Place.
Well, it's going to have to be significantly elevated. I thought we were on our heels for a lot of the second half of that game. Sometimes a 2-goal lead does that to you, and we've seen that throughout the playoffs with different teams. But yet I think there's a lot of areas that we're going to have to be better in. Just the overall intensity has to go up. Battles for pucks, 10-foot races, 10-foot competitive situations. So the good news is we had a great goaltender performance. We were able to win the game. Now we've got some things to work on.
Is last night yet another illustration just of some of the growth that we've seen this year and this team's ability to find ways to win the games where historically, certainly over the last several years, that just hasn't been existed at all?
I think that's well put. We're, I keep using the word growing up. We're learning how to bend but not break. Teams that have success and go on and on good runs do that. And I think I said last night, it's not always a bed of roses. Sometimes you play games that don't go your way, and a new hero arises, and you find a way to win. And you can go through any successful run in the playoffs, and you have probably more than one of those games. And last night was one of them. And the hero that night was Cam. But this gives us an opportunity to regroup now and get back to our building where we know the energy will be high, and our detail and competitive level is going to have to go up.
Todd, do you still make coaching decisions with development in mind, even here in the playoffs, maybe wanting certain players to feel certain situations and what it's like at this time of year, and just growth still in mind in some decisions you make?
Well, we make decisions based on winning, but the decisions that we're making doing that are providing the experience because we don't have anything. A few guys have played deeper into the playoffs, and they have that with other teams, other scenarios, different approaches to the game, of course, different opponents. But for the majority of this group, as we make decisions, they're gaining experience anyhow. Within the game, we're doing whatever we can to win. For example, last night I thought Anton Schlepperschlepp played real well. But we weren't getting him on the ice enough after Kajula left, so we made a few adjustments in the third, got him out a little bit more, and he provided us with the type of play that we needed. He gained experience at that moment. We were happy that he gained it, but it was also a decision made to look for a win.
Out of all the things that you rattled off in round one that your team learned, is going home up 2-0 kind of a different animal into itself?
It is. 2-0 seems to be a dangerous number, not just for the Edmonton Oilers, but for anybody that's competed in the playoffs this year, score-wise, series-wise. And we had an opportunity to get up mid-series against San Jose, and we obviously didn't perform very well, but it wasn't 2-0. I thought there were a few details or characteristics in our game that slipped into last night's effort that we saw in the 7-0 loss. So today will be a good day to enjoy the win, but also be a very direct day to the group that we need to do certain things better.
Well, can you apply some of those lessons? I know it was a 7-0 loss, but
yeah,
in the sense that you didn't get the game you wanted last night either.
Absolutely. Now we're 8 games into the playoffs, so we're beginning to create, or we have created a pool of past experiences that we can draw upon. How did we prepare? How did we feel? How did we react to certain situations? Was it the same individuals that were making the real strong play when we needed it, and vice versa? And we can make decisions based on that going forward.
How do you, between now and tomorrow, win more faceoffs? Because they're going to have the puck too much.
We don't go to face-off school when we get home or anything like that. Odds are their numbers are going to be better than ours, from now till the middle of the month or whenever the series is done. But there are things we can do when we're not winning face-offs, and there's certainly things we can do when we are winning face-offs, and we did a poor job in that area.
Is Drake Jula available tomorrow,
Well, the last time I saw him was the last time you guys saw him. I haven't run into him yet this morning, and I'm sure that he's going to do everything in his power to get back in. He was skating between periods and looked pretty darn good, so I would say we're going to count on him.
A lot of folks are looking at Connor no matter what he does, no matter how the series is going. He's got 1 assist in 2 games. How is he continuing to make an impact without a lot of points?
Well, he's the leader of a team that has 2 wins. He's drawn numerous penalties throughout the series so far, and we've only played 2 games. He has taxed the other team's checking forwards and put their D under stress. He's opened up ice for his teammates who have taken advantage of it for the most part. And you know, his will to fight through it rubs off on our group throughout the lineup. So I think he's doing a very, very good job at dealing with playoffs, dealing with the checking, and probably the biggest blanket he has is all of you guys. So he's dealing well with it.
It looked like he had a little more room last night, or he just created his own room last night.
Perhaps I have to watch today we'll spend the day watching the game again, and he's adapting to it, he's adjusting to it, he's figuring out ways. So that's probably a good observation.
Can the goalie get into the other team's head? Is it still too early in the series for that?
I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know their team. I don't know their mental makeup. I would assume that they're a mature team that's played a lot of playoff games. I don't think he'll be in their heads, but I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
So when Drake was out, were you just kind of rotating people? He had Benoit there a lot. But were you
Yeah,
just
we rotated, and I think we're a better team when we can play 4 lines. And we keep our energy level up. And as Drake went out, we had to rotate. We had a number of face-offs in our zone, which affected the ability to put different lines together. Needed lefties and righties out for center. So his injury, not only did we lose a good player for a good portion of the game, but it also affected the group as a whole to roll different people out.
Thanks, Todd.